And we are live. Welcome, everybody. So, today is my second Substack Live. Last week I did my first, and we had some technical issues. So, as you come on here, let me know if the image is clear. I think last week um, my connection wasn't very good. So, today we're going to be talking about 5 style shifts that say, I choose me. I'm Mary Michele Nidiffer, Master Style Coach and the Visibility Stylist. And today I want to talk with you about why style can be such a wonderful way to choose yourself. Now, style is a wonderful way for us to tell the world who we are. I call myself the visibility stylist because I work with women at the intersection of style, identity, and visibility to help them create a style that allows them to show up in a more powerful way. You know, when you put on a great outfit and you feel more like yourself, you want to be more visible. This is the magic. This is the secret sauce. And this is what I want to be talking more about because I see too many women, especially midlife women, holding themselves back, telling themselves they can't wear what they really want to wear, or feeling like they need to look a certain way. So I'm going to be unraveling those myths throughout the next probably few months. And in this live, my second Substack live, first of all, I'm going to tell you I've got some allergies going on, so pardon me, but I want to share a quote. You can tell a lot about a woman by what she allows herself to wear. That's a powerful statement. And I think it is so very true because what we wear tells the world who we are. And our wardrobe can speak louder than words. It sends a message about who we are, how we value ourselves, what we believe is true. And it can also water us down. It can hold ourselves small. But so many women have so many preconceived notions about style. I had a great conversation with a friend this morning, and we were talking about style and just, really what I do with women, the essence of what I do. And I would say that the essence of what I do is I help midlife entrepreneurial women and professional women to come home to the truth of who they are so they can build a style that creates their brand so we can show up as our brand. We are our brand, right? And when we can show up in a powerful way, we magnetically connect with the right people. We magnetically connect, correct. We magnetically connect with our ideal clients, our ideal friends, our ideal partners. And it's a wonderful way to show up in the world. I wouldn't have it any other way. I can't imagine hiding my style or playing small or watering myself down. But sadly, too many women have been taught that that's what they should do. In fact, you've probably heard messages as you were growing up that don't be too much, don't stand out, don't be too loud, don't wear that. Everybody's gonna talk. What are they gonna say about you? Ladies, we are done with that. Done with that. It doesn't matter. So let me share with you these 5 style shifts that can say to yourself and to the world, I choose me. I choose me. You don't need any permission to choose yourself. You just need to take the first step. So, the first step is to stop dressing for the woman you used to be. When you look into your closet, what do you see? Do you see clothes that you've had for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or more? Well, inherently, there's nothing wrong with keeping clothes for a long time. And I think it's great to have a wonderful wardrobe full of clothes that you love to wear. But what are you reaching for when you grab those pieces? First of all, you may be reaching for a past version of you. You may be reaching for the safe version, the invisible version of you, the survival version of you, an outdated version of you, a version of you that is from what you would call a past life. Maybe you were in a different relationship. Maybe you lived in a different part of the world or had a different career. If you're still wearing those clothes, they're not serving you right now. And it might feel like you're putting on your shoulds. It might feel like you're putting on, something that doesn't match who you are. I really want you to pay attention to your energy when you get dressed because your energy will tell you. exactly if it's right for you. I don't know if you've ever heard of muscle testing. Have you ever heard of muscle testing? I was reminded of it the other day when I saw a reel, and this woman was taking these supplements and she was holding them close to her body. And if you stand, and I've tried this before and it does work, when you hold something close to your body, it's like you're asking your body, is this right for me? If your body sways forward, it's a yes. If it sways backward, it's a no. So if you're thinking about taking a supplement, I mean, I'm not, this is not, I'm not giving you advice. I'm just saying this is one way to think about it. But your clothes have energy. And like Marie Kondo says, touch your pieces. How do they feel? What is the energy you feel just touching them? And then when you put them on, how do you feel? I remember years ago, many years ago, when I was probably 6 years old, I put on a dress that my mom had made. And it was this cute little striped dress. She had made it. I had worn it. I had loved it. But then I started to grow and I started to put on some weight and fill out. And at one point I put it on and it did not feel like me. In fact, I remember that feeling. That is all I remember. I remember the story, obviously, but I remember so clearly feeling like I do not want to wear this dress. And my mom said, "Oh no, one more chance, one more wear, just get one more wear out of it." Well, she turned her back and I took it and ripped it down the front. She was mortified, but I knew I didn't feel like the best version of myself in that dress. So I want you to think about what you're wearing and how is it making you feel. When I put that dress on, I was dressing for a past version of me. That no longer served the little girl I had become. So remember that. Think about that when you're in your closet. And if you put something on and it's too tight, it doesn't feel aligned with who you are. Maybe it's a color that's washing you out. For some reason, it doesn't feel good or it doesn't make you feel good. Take the damn thing off. Now, you may look at something and touch it, and maybe it feels good, and maybe you love it on the hanger. But when you put it on, how do you feel? Do you feel like you want to hold yourself back? Do you feel like, ooh, I don't want anybody to see me in this? That's not right for you right now. Something has shifted. And maybe from a style perspective, it's right. Maybe from a color perspective, it's right. But there's something about it that is not serving you. So take it off. There's something better. So I want you to think about what in your closet belongs to a past version of you. You might be able to think of a couple of things just off the top of your head. But after this live, I invite you to go get in your closet and see how this can shift how you see your clothes. It can make a difference. Number 2, make decisions about what you wear, about what you buy, about what you bring into your wardrobe from a place of self-trust, not looking for validation or approval. When you get dressed, what are you thinking about? We're often conditioned to make decisions based on what we think other people are going to say, based on others' feedback, based on others' validation. And we can so desperately want validation from somebody that we'll wear something just because we think they'll approve or just because we think we'll fit in. Excuse me. And so when we can step away from that and look to ourselves for permission, then we build our confidence. We get to give ourselves permission to wear whatever we want to. We're big girls now. We get to decide. It used to kill me when women would come in the store and find something that they absolutely loved. They'd put something on, they'd put together an outfit, and you could just tell with every fiber of their being they loved it. And then when they would bring it back because their husband didn't like it. Like, seriously? If he's a good man, then he should tell you to wear what makes you feel good. Right? I mean, my husband knows better. Like, sometimes I ask him, "What do you think?" He reluctantly gives me an opinion. But in essence, the goal should be for you to feel more like yourself, for you to be happy. And when you tell yourself, no, I can't, I love that outfit when it makes you light up so much, but somebody else says, no, no. I've seen that happen more than once. And it's outsourcing our approval of ourselves. It's letting somebody else's opinion matter more than our own. And that is going to undermine your confidence more than anything. We want to build our self-trust. We want to build our confidence. And if somebody that you love offers their opinion, just tell them, thanks for sharing. Thank you for sharing. You don't have to like everything that somebody else wears, your partner, your kids. My kids wear things all the time that I don't love. I mean, I shouldn't say all the time. Most of them dress pretty well most of the time. Occasionally there's something that probably wouldn't have chosen that. I don't need to approve. I don't tell them I disapprove. If they ask me if I like it, I mean, I'm generally honest in a kind way. But what is more important right now to them is my opinion, or is it that they foster their own sense of personal style? So I'm like, all right, I can, maybe I don't have to like something. I can appreciate that they're cultivating their sense of personal style. I can appreciate that they're finding themselves through their style. Style is a great tool. I don't have to like everything, even though I'm a style coach. I'm not the be all end all. Yes, I have opinions, but my opinion doesn't matter more than everybody else's. Oops, I'm going to mute for a second. All right. But choosing yourself, it means trusting your intuition. It means learning to really tap into, how do I feel? How do I feel? And it means backing your own decisions. You know, when you have those moments where maybe you choose something and you're like, I love this top. I'm going to wear this top. And then you start to second guess yourself. Is this the right top for me? Should I have chosen something else? I know it's not my best neckline. This is not my best neckline, but I broke the rules. But when we know that we love it, we're like, I don't care what anybody says. You don't have to like my top. Great. Great. I am not here to please everybody. Let's not be people pleasers when we're getting dressed. Let's please ourselves. And when we start to back our own opinions, we start to back our own intuition, this is where confidence comes in. And then it's like a muscle, and then we flex it and we learn. We start to really feel into what's right for me. What feels good to me? I love vests. I've got on denim vests today. I love denim vests. I don't care if anybody likes them. I'm like, you know what? Bring them on. I love vests. That's one of my signature silhouettes. And consequently, I feel more confident when I wear it. And then I have a lot of people asking me, where'd you get your vest? Where'd you get that top? I'm not looking for approval. I'm not looking for validation. I am simply doing what makes me feel good. And you know what? It makes me feel good. And my energy is different. And it's how we show up. So I really invite you to think about, where are you waiting for permission in your wardrobe? Where are you waiting for permission in your style? Because when we can let go of permission, excuse me, when we can let go of permission, of needing validation, we liberate ourselves, we free ourselves in such a beautiful way. And we stop walking around like we're afraid of what somebody else might say. That's a change, right? So think about where you're holding yourself back. Where are you looking for approval? Where are you looking for validation? Number 3, letting visibility feel safe in our body and dressing for that. Visibility is about standing out. To me, it's really about the opposite of frumpy. I'm writing a book called French Women Don't Get Frumpy. And I've found, to me, Frumpy is almost synonymous with invisibility. I mean, it's not the same thing, but 99.9% of the time, if you find a woman who feels frumpy, she's going to feel invisible. And so, visibility, what does that mean? If it's the opposite of frumpy, it would be polished, put together. Visibility means dressing for visibility, means we're seen, means we're noticed. And that can feel scary for a lot of people. But when we allow ourselves to dress for visibility and to feel safe in our own body, I I have I don't really talk a lot about nervous system work. I do a lot of work with my clients on nervous system, especially as we go deeper in my programs and my courses, which I'm going to have something coming up very soon, which I'll be releasing. Many women want visibility. They want to feel polished and put together, but they fear it. They fear the attention. They feel like it's not safe. It's not safe to dress well because it's not safe to be seen. Let's let that go. Let's let that go. Because I know being seen can be deeply vulnerable. Expressing ourselves through our style can feel deeply vulnerable. But when we can step away, even though we've been shrinking for years or we've been told that our entire lives, when we can say, look at it and say, is that true? Is that true? Is being visible scary? It might feel scary because of what we've been told. It might feel scary because it's unknown, because we're not used to it. Might feel scary because it's new, or maybe something about us has changed and we're questioning ourselves. But is it really scary to be seen? No, it's not really. Because the truth is, once we take baby steps, not the entire world is not going to notice you, I promise. Just, maybe a handful of people, one or two people, handful of people, and the group gets bigger the more you do it. But especially when it comes to being in groups or walking into a room, if everybody's used to seeing you wear all black or hide in baggy, frumpy clothes or not polished and put together, it can feel a little scary to all of a sudden, wow, like what happened? Did you work with a style coach? Did you get a makeover? You had a glow up? Like what happened? So it can feel a little scary. But what if you start taking baby steps? What if you take one baby step and then another and then another and then another? So it becomes gradual. And then it starts to feel a little bit more natural. Then it can start to feel a little bit more you. You can feel your way into it. And then it just feels like part of you. Visibility isn't something that, oh my gosh, I'm going from invisible to wow, like the entire world's going to see me in one day. That's not what I'm talking about. I want you to take your visibility, your style, your dressing in a more expressive way, slowly, if that feels right to you. You may say, hey, I'm just ready. I'm ready for a do-over. I'm ready for something vastly different. Sometimes that can be tricky just for logistics. But because it takes time. You got to seek out the clothing and figure out which colors to wear and put it all together and order the shipment. It takes some time. But when you can feel your way into it, you take a baby step over here. Okay, that felt good. Maybe you have one or two people notice. Okay, let's take another step. Okay, one or two more people notice. Okay, let's do something else. But it's repetition. It's building confidence through repetition. And then it starts to feel normal. Okay, maybe you start wearing more jewelry. Ooh, let me do that. Okay, let me do that. Start becoming more, building that muscle. And then people start to know, ooh, I'm liking what you're doing with your jewelry. Great. Maybe you step into color next and start wearing more color. Or maybe you wear scarves, or maybe you do something different with your hair. And then you do that, and then you because it's like feeling your way through it. And then you come over here and you're like, ooh, okay, let's go to the next step. But you just do step by step, and then it starts to feel comfortable. It doesn't feel like such a threat, and your nervous system is gonna stay regulated. It's gonna say, "Okay, it's a little scary." Like, you can take that little scary leap and then do it again and again and again so it feels comfortable, so you feel more like you. But this is how you let it feel safe in your body. You don't wanna overwhelm yourself and be like, "Oh my god, I'm not doing that again." Where you go out and you buy something wild and crazy because you feel like, "Well, okay, I'm over here and I'm in a rut and I'm just boring and I wanna go crazy." And you wear something that's not even right for you because you're trying to break out of the mold so much, that can be jarring. And your system is like in fight or flight. We're like, what is even happening right now? That's not working for you. You're not feeling your way into it. When you can feel your way into it, then visibility and your style feel like you. So think about what is one step you could take this week to start to become more visible, to start to elevate your style? And just notice. Notice what happens internally. Notice how your nervous system feels. Notice what responses you get. You may not get any. You may get several. You may get a lot. I don't know. But be prepared for anything, but don't expect anything. Just really pay attention to you. Number 4, build a wardrobe that reflects your values. Now, this can take some time too, but building a wardrobe that is reflective of your values. Some of the best values that you can have out there for your wardrobe start with what I call the 3 keys to style. Knowing what colors light you up, knowing your best colors, and knowing, okay, I'm building my wardrobe around your fabulous 5 colors. Knowing what silhouettes fit your body. I mean, those 2, I mean, they're not traditional values, and your values, it could be anything, but when you say, "Okay, I'm only gonna buy things that are in my best colors, they're in my bright silhouettes, they truly express my style authentically, and I love to wear it." Maybe you have a piece that you want in multiple colors that you're like, "Oh my gosh, I love this top. I wanna get more of these. I wanna wear this every day." Now, I don't advocate that you wear it every single day, but you can have a few in there and start to build a formula, start to create something for yourself. Maybe your values are that you have the right pieces in your wardrobe. Maybe your values are that you have a small capsule wardrobe. Maybe your values are that, you only have pieces in there that light you up. Maybe you have your values reflect that you get rid of half your wardrobe because it's old, it's tired, it's pilled, it's stained, it doesn't fit, it doesn't flatter, it doesn't make you feel good. So it's about your values, your standards, and I'm going to be talking more about that too. But it's really about understanding, where is my base level? Like, what am I tolerating in my wardrobe? And when you look in your wardrobe, I want you to ask yourself, what's even in here? Do I love it? Maybe you get in your closet and you're like, oh my gosh, I realize I've got all these print pieces that I don't even like floral print, or I don't have anything to go with. Maybe your values are that every time you buy something, you can make at least 3 outfits with it. Maybe your values are that you don't buy anything, even if it's on sale, if you don't know how you're gonna wear it. Maybe your values are that every time you buy something, you're gonna get rid of one thing in your closet. I worked with a client the other day, and we one thing we did, I helped her plan we did a wardrobe strategy session, and I helped her plan some wardrobe or some outfits for an event she had coming up. And one thing that I did get into were her shoes. And a lot of her shoes were older shoes, but she's like, "Oh, I need these to wear with this. I need these to" I'm like, because once we uncovered what her Style Finder ID was, the colors were not bad, but once we uncovered her Style Finder ID, it was like, "These are not serving you." There were some pumps in there, and she knew it, but she wasn't ready to she didn't want to freak her nervous system out and get rid of everything and say, okay, I'm just starting over, because that was scary to her. But what she did do, and I'm so proud of her, she knew, she was like, okay, these aren't right for me, but I don't want to let them go yet. I just want them to be placeholders. And that way they could kind of remind her of what she needed to bring in. And so what she did, she actually, almost as soon as I left, she went shopping and she texted me some pictures, and she got 2 new pairs of shoes, and I think she ordered some more. And she said for every pair that she bought, she was going to let one go. Like, that's a great way to do it. That way you're not overwhelmed, you're not threatened. You still have that feeling, even though it's a false sense of having all the right shoes. You have that feeling so you don't feel like panicked. But at the same time, like, you're building, but you're going at your own pace. You're meeting yourself where you are. And that's a beautiful way to do it. Number 5, dress for your own approval. Now, we sort of talked about this earlier, but I really want to drive this point home, because when we can stop worrying about what others are going to say about us and really start tapping into how our clothing makes us feel, it's not about being performative. It's not about wearing certain labels or how much our wardrobe costs or what brands we're wearing. It's how it makes us feel. It's not about the clothes, it's who we become in the clothes. And when we can put something on that makes us become our best selves, that's the goal. That's the goal. Why wouldn't we want that? I remember talking to a woman, a client, on a coaching call, and she shared with me that she just kind of casually said, I wish I could wear what I really want to wear. And as we started talking, I asked her some questions. I was coaching her on this. I said, well, why do you think you can't? She said, well, I'm worried about what my friends are going to think. And through the course of our conversation, I found out first of all, she was in her 80s. So I asked her, I said, you're in your 80s. If you don't get to wear what you really want when you're in your 80s, when do you? When do you? And she was like, I'm not really sure. And as we talked a little bit more, what she shared with me was that one of her friends actually told her, I wish I had the courage to dress like you. I said, right now, like, okay, so what does that tell you? First of all, your friends aren't looking at you with disdain or talking down about your style. They're envious. You're a trailblazer. When you give yourself permission to wear what you love and what lights you up, you inherently give them permission to wear what lights them up. How cool is that? I think so many of us can get caught up in our heads. Who am I to do that? Who am I? It's all about me. It's my ego. We don't want to look like we're too full of ourselves. Well, let me tell you, dressing authentically for our style is anything but egotistical. In fact, the truth is, I like to say it's dressing for the truth of who we are. It's sharing our truth. Because when we dress authentically, we communicate to others who we are. And then other people are like, oh my God, I've been waiting to meet somebody else. I had coffee with a friend this morning, and we were talking about this. She had her water cup. Her water cup was pink with a llama on it. And I said, you know what? Just by that, like, you're going to attract your ideal clients. You're going to attract your ideal people, because people who love llamas are going to be like, oh my gosh, you're my people. Right? I mean, it's things like that. It's like where we can express our personality. Now, I'm not advocating that you go out and wearing, a dress covered in llamas or whatever, unless you love it. But when you can share those little things, those little personality things, they're like, you're my people. I need to get to know you. It's our way of connecting with each other. We're all looking for people we're all like magnets, right? And when we can show off ourselves authentically, the right people are like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for you, right? This is where through color, through print, through how we put our jewelry together, through how we wear our hair, our glasses style, how we talk, everything. Our style is everything that we do. It's not just who we are or not just what we wear. It's how we show up in the world. And that one of the best ways to show up authentically is to dress for who we are, dress for our own approval. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, stop worrying about what others are going to say, because chances are they're not even going to say it. They're not even going to think it, but you think that they are going to think it. And that is holding you back. You're trying to get inside somebody else's head. Stop. That is what drives us to madness. Just be you, unapologetically. And they're going to be like, oh my God, girl, you look great. Very few people are going to react the way you think they are. I have found that to be true. And we love to get inside somebody else's head and project what we think they're going to think or what we think they're going to say and let that dictate our lives. Then we hold ourselves small. We're like, and I've done it too. But when we can step away from that, from others' approval or needing others' validation, validate ourselves. Approve of yourself. This is where you get to be the beauty of who you are. Joseph Campbell said, the privilege of a lifetime is being who you are. The privilege of a lifetime is being who you are. And I'll add, and showing up unapologetically. What would you change if you believed you were already enough? You are, my friends. Dress for who you are and watch the magic happen. I hope this landed with you today. I'm going to go back through those 5 real quick. So the first style shift that says, I choose me. Stop dressing for the woman you used to be. Number 2, make decisions about your style through self-trust, not approval. Number 3, let visibility and your style feel safe in your body. Remember, baby steps. Japanese principle of Kaizen, one small step. Number 4, build a wardrobe that reflects your values. And number 5, dress for your own approval. Approve of yourself. We don't ever need anybody else to approve of us. And when we can have the courage to step into our own style unapologetically, we stand louder, prouder, our confidence is built, and other people are magnetically attracted to us. I hope this landed with you today, and thank you for being here. If you don't subscribe, I'd love for you to come join our community and leave me a comment. Let me know what your biggest takeaway is and what your biggest question is around style. I'll be covering more on future episodes. Have a beautiful day. Mwah.